One of the things that I don't appreciate a lot in our world is that if you were, if you were a great volleyball player, an amazing volleyball player, this doesn't mean that you could be an amazing coach, an amazing team manager. When I played against Bonifante, the son, I was laughing because I say, wow, I play with the son and with the father. That means that I'm becoming a little bit old. When he calls me, telling me that he won't change club, I cry at the phone like a child because it was so sad. National team of Poland, they are not so friendly when you have to to play against. I'm joking.
Ciao Matteo, big thanks for joining my podcast. It's a great pleasure to host you and hope to hear interesting stories from you.
I hope for you too.
At the beginning, I will start from the current life because it's been over a year since you retired from volleyball. How your life look like, and do you still miss playing volleyball at the professional level?
My life right now is really amazing. I appreciate a lot all the things that I've started to do in my new life. I don't miss volleyball in the meaning that I love volleyball. I'm continuing to be in the volleyball world, like with friends, doing certain kind of jobs. But I'm lucky because all the emotion that I felt in the field, I had other opportunities to have emotion that are really similar to volleyball. And maybe I'm lucky because I understood when was the point to say bye to volleyball and starting this new life. And then sometimes I miss volleyball, but in a really good way. Is that I think that when you understand that you are full of things, you receive a lot and you give a lot, maybe you can feel that you missed something like volleyball, but in a good way. I don't know if I was good to explain this, but you are not jealous about something that you cannot live anymore, something like this. I'm not in this mood. I'm in a mood that when I'm playing to volleyball, I'm smiling.
When I speak with former players, they say that the biggest thing they miss about volleyball is not just playing volleyball, but the locker room. The fact that the teammates, the jokes. That is the fact that they miss the most.
Yeah, I'm totally agree.
And tell me, because I know that you are interested in art, in music, media, and I know that right now even you are involved in media, in media part. Where this passion came from, and why you decided to pursue this way of life after retirement, and not, for example, being more involved in volleyball as, I don't know, coach or executive, something like that?
I was joking during my last year. I was telling this story some days ago that I was always joking, and in my last interviews, I was saying that I really want to be a pop star when I was young, and then I say I was not so good to become a pop star, and then I say, okay, I have to communicate to the world with another field. And this is a joke. But volleyball was my communication way, was the field with who I communicate with the other. And I love it a lot because volleyball is really I think, one of the most amazing and powerful and emotional and good human sport. And I totally changed because one of the things that I don't appreciate a lot in our world is that if you were if you were a great volleyball player, an amazing volleyball player, this doesn't mean that you could be an amazing coach, an amazing team manager, an amazing I don't know, other kind of job. Yeah, you have to have some skills. If you don't have, you have to study. And this, I think that when I really wanted my world, this volleyball world, could become better, I really need to understand what I want to do it more for me and for the others. And I think that for me, I want to communicate, to continue this kind of way. And also maybe the volleyball world desire this about me, that I continue to do things in the communication with radio, TV, something like this. I do always says that I didn't want to stay in volleyball world only because I love it. I love it. I know that it's really difficult. I really know that it's difficult when you change your life from sport to the real life. It's really something incredible. But you have to study if you want to. If you want to stay in this world, because it's not just only because you did 15 years of professional athlete that you could become a wonderful manager. It's not that it is. You have to study. You have to be someone that maybe did this kind of job before you. And this is something about sport. We see a lot of. I don't know. We see different athletes that stay in this world, and honestly, I don't know if they are doing something special for the volleyball sport.
And tell me what today Matteo have in common with this young Matteo who just started playing volleyball in Asti in oversized t-shirt. I saw like the one of your photo from the time when you were a kid, and you have like very big like I don't know, blue or like purple jersey. Tell me about that guy and this guy with whom I speak today.
I'm so close to that guy in the way that I want to have fun, in the way that I want to dream, and in the way that I want to spend my time really in the best way. I know that I didn't choose an easy path, an easy stream after my volleyball career, honestly, because was for sure more easy doing something more close to my sport, honestly, I know. But what I start to doing, that means a radio hoster, TV commentator, doing speech, make some presentation of some event that are cultural, music, or also sport, of course, is something that makes me happy because I can really learn a lot. I can have my opportunity to do all these things with my identity. It's like I have like some white paper, we say in Italian, where in white paper you can write whatever you want, or trying to write what you want, what is more close to you, to yourself. And I'm happy because I'm doing something in my personal way, and I'm sure that it's not the way for everyone, and it's okay like this, but it's a way. And then I think that in this world, it's important to have different way. And my way could represent a lot of people, and maybe other people are represented for another way. And this is important. Have something that is different. And this is the same person that I was when I was young. I want to follow my dream, stay with people that I love, and doing things that could make feel better, and that could make me growing.
Tell me, because when I was doing a research, I didn't found that many, for example, junior trophies you won as a kid. You wasn't like top prospect.
Zero.
Yeah, you wasn't like top prospect at the junior level. And I was wondering, when was the moment you realized that you can be a pro and you can live from playing volleyball?
When I was 18, I want to go in a city and study languages in university. And in the same moment, a team, Piazza, called me and to ask me if I want to start there. And I say, oh, wow, I was not ready to start a real career of volleyball, because I wasn't so strong when I was younger. I say, okay, let's try. My dad say, yeah, Matteo, you have to try, and you will see. And then I realized step by step that I became a professional player. But I was so lucky in my opinion, I was lucky to start all of this life when I was adult, because I have really my teenage era was amazing. And now I saw a lot of teenagers that are in the national team that is amazing, with something unbelievable for me. But at the same time, I say, Matteo, I'm happy about what I've done. I say, I'm happy like this. I know that I could win more, for sure. I could also win less, but I'm happy like this. I'm happy with my teenage era in my city, with my friends. And I'm happy about that. Since my 18 years old to my 32, I was in a volleyball mood every day of the year. Depend. I think I'm really sure that, okay, the national team is something unbelievable, and is what I'm trying to not teach but tell, because now I'm working with all the national young team in Italy. It's something unbelievable. You have to feel and to understand this, and trying to communicate this. Because sometimes when we are living something in that moment, we are not able to understand at 100% what we are doing. Also, when I was in the national team, the mayor, sometimes I was not so happy. And you say, yeah, you're crazy. But yeah, we are human. We are human, it happens. And you are really have the opportunity to live all the emotion that comes to you, the good ones and maybe the others. And I'm happy that I was a teenager free in my town, for sure, knowing myself.
Yeah. And tell me, what makes a good middle blocker? It's about being just strong and tall, or having like the mind to when to jump? Because when I was a kid, I always thought, okay, the best middle blockers are the tallest one. But then later I saw guys like Taylor Averill or Kuba Kochanowski, who aren't like the tallest guys, and they still play at the top level. So, in your opinion, what makes a good middle blocker?
In my opinion, I love, and what I'm always tell is that I love people that are able, that are really strong to read the game. A good middle blocker, in my opinion, is something that read the game. Is someone that doesn't follow the game. He reads the game. He know the mood. He could accept that sometime the other will remain strong, and other time he has to know where he has to be good for to limit the opponent team. This for me is the best middle blocker. Someone that can read, can breathe, can leave match from the beginning to the end with a good mood. Don't follow the starter, the mood of the other team. And I was like this, and I love a lot because I study a lot when I was younger with the coach. And it was nice because Lorenzetti, Tubertini makes me study a lot. And I really practice a lot, so much about this. And yeah, but I love block was my favorite part of volleyball. And then was my favorite also was not so easy. And then everyone is always more in love with spikes, and I think that I'm like this in a lot of part of my life. It's like before. I was happy about my teenage era in Asti without all this attention, and it's like this. I was happy to have the block. That was my characteristic. Also because I think that most of the people are more focused on the spikes.
Yeah. Yes,
I need to have my identity also, I think, in this.
I remember when I spoke years ago with Luciano De Cecco, he said that, the setter jobs is to trick middle blocker. So I assume from the middle blocker position is to read like the moves of the setters. And
Luciano De Cecco is one of the most incredible setters in the world. But you cannot follow Luciano De Cecco. If you follow Luciano De Cecco, you are doing the game of Luciano De Cecco. You have to have your game of middle blocker. And I think that I often have my game. I hope to say always, but always maybe not, but often. I say, okay, Luciano De Cecco, you are amazing. For sure, you will do something amazing. On the other part, I have to limit all the things that I could do it. But for sure, I will not. It's like this. And sometimes I always say to my teammate, I'm choosing to don't put in my priority the other middle blockers. For me, they can make 12 points on first tempo. I don't fucking care. But you have to decide this. If not, you are following everyone. Something you have to decide before. Like, okay, in your opinion, the first tempo of some middle blocker is not so important. It's okay. Let's make this middle blocker 10 points, 15. But on the other, you have to maybe to be more concentrated and focused about don't let also the opposite or ball and one of the two spiker makes 20 points.
And
you have to decide something.
Tell me about this Piacenza time with Lorenzetti. You were still a young player, still learning of professional volleyball, and you came to the team with Lorenzetti. There was also, I think, Zlatanov, Christo, I think, and Marcus Nilsson, who was great opposite. Nilsson. So tell me about about lessons learned from working with Lorenzetti.
Lorenzetti, I think, is really one of the best. I know I'm always so ambitious. It's like this. I want to become one of the best in the block because I was ambitious. And I know that I was not one of the best spiker. And I have to be, for being on the top, you have to be so good in something. And with Lorenzetti, I practice every day, morning, afternoon, and evening. I did 3 practice every day, 7-on-7, and it was so strong. Well, I spent really 2 years that was so strong. I didn't meet anyone else that makes something like this. But I need to, because I didn't practice a lot before. And then I have to put all the year that I didn't have before in that year. But it was crazy. It was crazy because my last year I didn't practice maybe so much because I had maybe some physical problem and because I was a little bit older than before. But when I think, and also Angelo, also Lorenzetti, tell me this sometimes, then I practice on the morning with the Superlega, afternoon Superlega, and in the evening with the under 22 was crazy, 7-on-7. On the Saturday, I was going with the B, the young team, to play like in Tuscany, like 4, 5, 6 hours. Apart from then, I came back during the night, and like after about 4 hours, I was in the gym with the Superlega. Was crazy. It was something really crazy that I didn't like a lot at all. I remember that when I need to go to the matches with the Superlega, I wasn't so happy because it was really too much. It was too much. I didn't feel so good. And when I need to go with with them, with Zatano and Yara, I wasn't so happy because I felt so far from them that they won the championship 1 year before, and I felt so far from this amazing volleyball level. I remember Tenkati, they were with the blocker, that I loved so much. Bielsa as well, Seminzato, Rack, all of them helped me. At least they were really nice. I remember also Simon that came in Piacenza some years later, and he was nice because I remember him that he came in Piacenza for the first time of his life when I was young, and we met in Piacenza and we made some preparation before the season, and was nice. I remember them. I remember Meone was the setter.
Yes, Marco Meoni.
Yeah, he wrote me 1 week ago, and I told to him that I had heard his tricot was my first jersey that I have like a gift. And some weeks ago, I met his son, and he was writing me 1 week ago. He said, Matteo, I knew that you were meeting the young man team, and I want to tell you that there is my son. They say, I know. He came to me and said, I was so happy that you meet him. And I say, it was nice. Then he wrote to me that he was happy that I met his son. Dante Bonifante also was a great player. Maybe some of them appreciated so much in that moment, but maybe after like Dante, when I grew up, he grew up, and we met again in Modena, I love a lot Dante.
And
I really appreciate. I'm so happy.
How does it feel when years later you played, for example, against sons of your former teammates?
Like when I played against Bonifante, the son, I was laughing because wow, I play with the son and with the father. That means that I'm becoming a little bit old. But also was because I feel that I have a great mood with young people. I'm not in the mood of Delatano that he was strong. Not another kind of mood. I'm strong in a way, for sure, but I'm trying to be close to find a key with young people, and that makes me happy when I try to understand, to learn something about this new young volleyball player, but because it's another kind of generation, and you have to sometimes try to understand. But it was nice. It was nice when I met the son of my teammates. I met Rinaldi as well. That I told to him, tell to your father, because I remember your father. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice that I met a lot of son of people that I played with.
And I think going back to Lorenzetti, I heard an interesting story about him from Marcus Nilsson when I spoke with Marcus. He said that he was impressed about Lorenzetti, that before every practice, he put all the players and he was explaining for 10 or 15 minutes each exercise. What you will be doing, okay, we will start with this exercise, then this. Marcus said it was everything explained. And he said that he didn't experience before something like that.
I started with him, and then he was really my volleyball father with Tubertini. I have this true father, and then for me, it's like in your family. When you born with someone, it's difficult knowing all other things. And then I'm born like this. Then for me, it's normal. Yeah, because I'm born like this, and I appreciate a lot. And maybe also 30 minutes sometimes. He spoke a lot, but I appreciate this style. But yeah, he spoke so much. In comparison of other coaches that maybe they didn't spoke so much, but I appreciate a lot. That was a style that really I appreciated.
And tell me about your time at Modena, because you were after the years in Città di Castello, and you came to the team with amazing stars. And when I'm talking about 2016. The year when you won Olympic medal, the year when you won Serie A trophy. When you today reflect on your career, that was your best season? Individually, when it comes about your shape?
No, individually, I don't know. Maybe, but no. Maybe the year before that I was in Città di Castello, my first year in Superlega, I won the block prize, and it was great because I was young, and when I won back the block prize after about 10 years was nice, because being constant in something is not so easy. And 2016 was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, I was in a good mood. Was one of my best years for sure. I won a lot with all the amazing teammates that I had. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was really something incredible. I wasn't so happy because I want to left Modena after the Olympics, but I could not. And then yeah, I remember this. But it's the life. I stayed in Modena another year. We won a Supercoppa. And after I came in Milano, if I didn't have this problem with the club during that year, maybe I didn't arrive to Milan. Maybe I could not be here now with you, and it's amazing. I always so thankful about all the things that happened. The happiest and the other that are maybe that were not what I was hoping from me.
And how the locker room with Ngapet, Rezende, and Lukao looked like? Because, for example, at that time, I suppose Ngapet was, there was opinion about him that he was a crazy guy. And also, yeah, there was Peter Verhes, I think, also the middle blocker. Yeah, so tell me about...
I love them. I really love a lot of them. I love a lot of them. We were really so friends. With Bruno, we chat during the year. Yeah. With Peter also. Yeah, we are keeping in touch. It is amazing. With Nema Petric. I love them. I really love this guy. Vettori is one of my best friends. Was Dante Bonifante. Yeah, he came back. Milos Nikic. Sometimes happen that Uros Kovacevic, that we talk a little bit with every one of them, and was something special. I think was really something special because was not this social era, was something in the middle, and I think that period was amazing because there was social but not so much, and you could really live the things so deeply. And we were together a lot with these guys, and we spent really so much time together. We had a lot of fun. We were really, I think, one of the best group that I ever had, honestly. And I'm honestly thinking that most of them can tell this the same.
I heard the story about at that time in Modena there was a big party group that Ngapet or Vejes were often partying in the club. It was true.
We were a good party group. Yeah. The thing that I love is that they always I said this thing a lot to my last teammates that I have is that I started my volleyball life 20 years ago, and I was younger. And it happens to me 1 or 2 times because I didn't like it a lot to go party with the oldest. Was something incredible. Then my generation, we were good. We were good. We were really good. The new generation, not at all. They make party, but nothing special in my opinion. And let us say this, I lived something incredible. I don't know, when I was younger. And I didn't like it a lot, honestly. We were a good party group generation. Yeah. Not too much. Not too only for doing. Yeah, we were a good girl. And then I say we won also a lot, then could be nice. I'm joking. We didn't exaggerate. I don't exaggerate at all. Maybe someone of my team, exaggerate a little bit, but every one of us has his equilibrium. And then something that for me is exaggerate, from another could be the perfect way. Then we were really strong together because we didn't judge each other so much. We really could build Yeah, something like this.
Chemistry.
Family chemistry. We with the Lorenzetti, Tubertini, we were really so close.
And when I was thinking about the Milano, you spent so many years there. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, at the beginning when you joined the club, Andrea Gianni was the coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you're going to Milano with Gianni, one of the best middle blockers in the history. What makes you
Or the best player.
yeah, what makes you feel so good in Milano that you joined this club and you spent so many years there?
Yeah, I was not so happy to come in Milano because I was in Modena. I was in my best years, honestly, but I had a lot of problems with Modena, with my card and a lot of things. And then at the end, every one of us, me, Modena, Milano, my manager, we find a solution to go in Milano. And Milano was nice people, was really nice people from the beginning. The president, the manager, all of them. And I find Gianni. When I had Gianni during the national team my first year, I didn't have this amazing chemistry with him. And I think also he with me, maybe, I don't know. I for sure, I appreciate him. I respect him a lot. But I didn't feel this chemistry. After, when we met in Milano, together was something unbelievable. I really loved Gianni at all, so much. We spent really 2 amazing years together. I appreciate the way that we match because he gave it to me a lot of responsibility. He gave it to me a lot of trust, so much trust. And I remember my first year that I wasn't so easy because I played years with Modena. I was also sometimes captain in the national team where when we didn't have, I don't know, Zayt and Birelli, and it wasn't so difficult, to be honest. But being captain in Milano was difficult in the beginning because I didn't have anybody with who I could find like appoggio in Italiano, or in English, and I don't have this word. But it's that when you have big shoulder, you can stay strong, and you can have someone else that have big shoulder, and you can
rely on. I know what you mean.
Okay, perfect. I have to be this big shoulder in Milano, and I say, wow. And then when I didn't play good, I was not so happy because I feel that I have to protect all my teammates. And then I remember John just said, Matteo, you stay in the field. I don't fucking care. So, my God. He say, I'm not doing good. And he say, okay, you can do it. And I say, wow. And also my teammates I love because I remember this game when I come back to the locker room with Nimir and Chebul. And I was so pissed because I say, no way. I really play like bad. I play like a shit or something like this. I was really... And Nimir, Belaziz and Chebul say me, Bomba, no, relax. And I say, it was amazing because maybe I have this ability that I can show really easy what I feel. And I found it really this person that was nice with me. And Janjo was good because sometimes he get crazy. Other times I get crazy, but always we find our street. And when he calls me, telling me that he will he won't change club, I cry at the phone like a child because it was so sad. And this image of me, remember how much I really spent a great time with him in the gym.
I remember when I spoke with Mimir, he told me a funny story. Maybe not funny for Andrea, but he told me because when he joined Milano, I asked him, what you knew about Gianni? Because, he was a famous player. And he told me, the only thing I knew about Gianni, it was that this was this guy whose mistake gave us a gold medal in Atlanta in 96. Olympics. I will say, what? I mean, I was told that he was saying some interesting story about him, that he's a great player, etc. And he said, he started talking about this Olympic finals in Atlanta and this serve mistake. But, when I mentioned Mimir, also I remember I spoke with him. I remember him as a setter in Poland. Then he switched and he became a star in Milan and later in other clubs. How you remember him, and how was it like to play with him?
I loved Mir a lot because we understand each other. We were different in something, but so close in the value. And I saw him here some months ago. After that, we finished the call for sure. I will text him. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing player for the group, for the volleyball. I was so happy to play with him in our first year together because also Milan was a bad team before, with all of my respect, but not so good. And then this was our first year after many years that Milan wasn't the best of ever. It was amazing play with these people and bring Milano shining a little bit more.
And I also have to ask about the coach Piazza because he now moved from Milano to Warsaw.
I know.
To Warsaw, and I remember him from his first time in Poland when he worked in Bełchatów, and I remember him as a very emotional guy that used to yell many times at players during the games, but also from the player perspective. Because, for example, last year I spoke with Ferrer, and he told me that the reason he joined Milano was the coach Piazza, because he knew he has abilities to work with young players and to develop them. And yes, from what perspective, what you can tell about your time with Coach Roberto?
Piazza was the coach that I had. I spent more time, I think, maybe. And I'm happy because for sure we grew up a lot together, and I appreciate how he managed the games, and for sure he really wanted to have fun during the practice, and this is amazing. He knows volleyball. He really passionate. He really want to enjoy his time in the gym, and it's something really important in my opinion. And I think that he's the best on the bench during the game because sometimes he yells a little bit. He's a little bit crazy, but he could manage good his emotion. I think sometimes the match is not so easy for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I could be the best spiker always, but during the match, the match is the match. And yes, now we really share a lot of here in Milan. I'm smiling if I think too many days or situation was nice to win with him the first Challenge Cup for Milano, and I'm happy for him because for sure in Poland people really appreciate him. I always know a lot of people from Poland that appreciate a lot Roberto, and could be nice. I saw the video of the presentation. It's amazing where he made it amazing. Then really, I hope for him the best. And Poland, for sure, Poland is an amazing country for playing volleyball with people that are really so full of energy and emotion. I think maybe he is in a good moment, in a good place.
But what makes him so good when it comes to work with young players? Because we see an example of Rechers, we see example of other players.
Yeah. Allora, in my opinion, it depends. Like, I have Lorenzetti, I love Lorenzetti. Maybe there are other players that doesn't love Lorenzetti.
Yeah.
It's the same with Piazza. I don't think there is a receipt. A receipt, no?
Yes, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's this. And then I don't know. I told the good things about him maybe are this, maybe all the, because who knows? Gianni as well. Every one of us is like me. I think that I was good captain. For sure, there were amazing captain. I had amazing captain. For someone, I could be amazing. For someone else, I could be so bad. Who knows? Like, it's like now I'm doing camp of volleyball. I'm making volleyball camp for children. 20 years that I do this. I have my method. I think that I have a good method. Yeah. Is the best? I don't know. For sure, many people loves this and could grown up. Yeah. But for sure, also other people can not. And then the same with Piazza. For sure, Piazza is an amazing coach, like volleyball coach. But telling to you that he's the best for growing up children, I don't know. Because I have a lot of wonderful coach. I don't know, honestly, how. Because with all the coach that I work, I see some young player that was growing up, honestly. And with this, I will, if you are a good, wonderful coach of a Superlega, I really hope that you are able to have people going. It's different because there are also coaches, like maybe in the other sports, that they are there for manage the stars.
Yes.
Volleyball, you need to manage the star, yeah. And is this not all the coach are good? But you need to let the team growing. Then it's something that is not so easy to do, but I was lucky. I work with all coaches that are able to let you go. Then I don't think nothing. Maybe because I was lucky that I work with all people that let you go, like Piazza, Gianni, Blengini, Lorenzetti, Radici, all of.
2 months ago, I spoke with Kamil Rychlicki, and we were talking about 2023 year and this series between Perugia and Milano in quarterfinals, because Perugia at the time were like unbeaten. They had amazing regular season. I remember Kamil told me a story that during that regular season, after the first set, when they won the first set, they had like feeling nobody can stop us. Like the game was already won after the first set. And he said we were so confident about our power, and then the Milano comes. And, okay, we're winning a set, and they didn't surrender. They're still fighting, and you will finish at the 8th position in the regular season. So tell me about this quarterfinal, about this series. What makes you so good that you shock entire world and beat this famous Perugia coached by Anastasi?
We were good because we have fun together. We want to play a good volleyball and we don't care about who we have in front, honestly. And the problem about a team like Perugia that year is that you think that nobody can beat you. And this is amazing. I think that Perugia works a lot about this because there are many years that Perugia could win really so much and they didn't.
Yes.
Right now they are winning a lot and I'm so happy for them because they are so strong, but they are also grown up like this mentality to say, okay, we could maybe lost with a lot of team, but we are able and strong to try to don't do it. And it was like this. We have fun. It's funny. It's so funny to beat someone that is so strong and for sure is upper than you. And the other things that I always remember to me and to the others is that first run against the eight has to be good to say what I have to push because I'm not in the position of the superstar. You are not the superstar.
Yeah.
And then the superstar, that means the first of the class, has to know that you are the first of the class and it's okay. And nothing happened if you lose 1 point, one set, or one match. I think that manage the status is the most important part in doing things like that. I'm so happy that Perugia doesn't manage the status at the time and that we were so good to play volleyball and have fun together and beat them. It was amazing. It was really so funny.
When I look at your time in Milano, I also remember your injury problems. I remember you had Achilles problem, injury. So tell me how this moment, these long breaks change your character, your approach to volleyball.
I had so many surgery on my body. If I am who I am right now, for sure, I am sorry. I'm so thankful for all this kind of problem. One time, Mimi and Abdelaziz in Milan told me, Matteo, you did a lot of times. For sure, you could do it and another one. I say, oh, wow. And then I start to have this because I did so many surgery and I come back so many times in the highest level that people was so happy and confident on me. And I wasn't so happy and confident on me. But I understand that, I could do it. And it was nice because I was focused on where I want to go in what I want to achieve. And I didn't hope. I'm not hoping physical problem to anyone and also to myself. When you have to try to live them like a period. It's like this. And I did like this and I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. And now I'm happy because having so much surgery like this and coming back all the time to the top was something good, was something not so common. And I was happy. But was strong to the people, always being in that mood. Like now I'm not fun, but I'm smile a lot because I'm 35 years old now. I have a lot of problems, yeah, but right now, if I'm looking around, people that now have my age at the time happen. If I look also in the national team, or people have problem. I have more than the normal, yeah, but physical problem arrives, and we need to become more good to understand that it's part of your walking volleyball street, and it's not you are break it.
But
this makes me a little bit sad sometimes. Yeah.
But when I hear your story right now, I come to a conclusion that you're kind of positive guy, like who optimistic.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and I was thinking where this approach come from. It's something that you learned throughout the years, or maybe you were born as an optimistic.
I don't know. Maybe my family is so optimistic. I think we live in the land. We don't have so much things. You have to smile to the life, and yeah, for sure, my family helps me a lot in this because they are nice, kind, fine with what the life gives to them. And yeah, I'm like this. I'm honestly like this, but because really I love so much, too much, living good. And for living good, the mood is one of the best thing. Trying to change things for living better. Living better means smiling more during your life, during the things you have. I think that if you have one street, for sure there are other streets. Like you have a surgery, you cannot play. Okay, maybe it's a shit. Yeah, for sure, it's the worst thing that you could have during a season. Okay, that means that maybe the Saturday night you will not go to sleep at 8, at 10 p.m. You can have a dinner with friends. That's something that I never do it during the season. But when I was with my tending kaput, I said, okay, let's make a pizza. Let's make a dinner. And it's this that when I could not doing this during my season. Yeah. Is this changed my life? No, but is adapting. You have to adapt yourself to what the life gives to you. If you stay with your knee so bad, there are the bad life is another kind of life. Okay, and then also this. Remember, to me, this is you have to be more optimistic, because really I don't think that. I think that really the real problem, the problem that you cannot change are others. And then if you don't have some of this problem, you can work for being a better human and for help yourself better.
Coming to the end, I have to ask you, there are two questions I said to myself I have to ask you. The first one is about your memories playing against Polish national team and Polish clubs. So how was like, do you have like toughest rival from the Polish national team? Yeah, what are your like the best memories?
I really loved so much playing in Poland because the arena was unbelievable. I remember I always tell the story about the national anthem. At one time in Poland, there was like in Uch, I think, I don't know, or in Katowice, there was the crowd arena singing without the music, this national anthem, and say, wow, that's amazing. The quality of the The service also is amazing. The TV in Poland is amazing. The gym are amazing. People are amazing. And what I love also is that people are kind with you. Maybe because we are Italian, a lot of people enjoy Italian, I have to be honest. But yeah, people were really nice with me. The team. National team of Poland, they are not so friendly when you have to play against. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I mean that, but yeah, they are really, but they are really strong. I always appreciate to play against Poland because I think that was so a strong national team. And what I appreciate more is that all the middle blocker with who I play against, I really thought that they are the strongest at the time, maybe against with who I could play. Yeah, also some American, some Brazilian one, but yeah, the Poland were really so difficult to touch the ball. And then it was good to play against Poland for this. And yeah, and that when you play against Poland is the highest. Oof. I remember when we beat Poland, it was amazing in 2015 that we won the qualification for Rio 2016. And Poland was unbeaten till that match against us, I think. And was really strong because they were so good. Poland won a lot during my national year. Poland won a lot of things. And then, I had a lot of Poland, in my life for this, and I'm so happy because I traveled a lot in Poland. I appreciated a lot of cities, and also playing the last Champions League in Poland was amazing. No, amazing. I think that is maybe the best place to play in Europe, because Italy, I love for sure. Italy maybe is the place of volleyball in the world, but Poland, I think that maybe has the highest level of TV. Maybe, I don't know, because what I saw. Maybe I always play in wonderful arena, maybe during the championship, there are bad gym, I don't know. But from my experience, yeah.
Did you had throughout the years, any desire to play abroad? Of course, like the Serie A is one of the best league in the world. You had good teammates, good teams, good money.
No. Honestly, no. I don't think that I was the stronger, complete middle blocker that could love, because I was really strong in block. Yeah. Spike, yeah, I was good. Yeah, but I think that middle blocker needs to be other kind of middle blocker for going around, for being strong. No, and honestly, no. I want to play in Italy because I need to stay here for what I want to do after. Now, yeah, I need that people know me, and I need to play here for my second life. I have two dreams to play abroad. It was Berlin and Istanbul, only because I loved so much these two cities. And I say, okay, maybe. But at the end, I say, no. I never choose place where I want to play for money, honestly. Always for the thing that I want to be. I want to stay good, in a good place, good people, learning. No, Poland, no. I didn't have the opportunity. I didn't find. Also, I didn't. I was not looking for. But it's okay like this.
And
but
how you
maybe
look,
I came in Poland to visit some friend next championship.
And how you look at the current Italy national team coached by De Giorgi? You were part of this team with Blanchini in 2021. Then De Giorgi came and he did revolution. He put so many younger players to national team. And this move pays a lot because the World Championship, European Championships, and a lot of young stars became volleyball world top stars. What is your opinion about the current Italian national team?
I love a lot the currently Italian national team. I like it a lot during the last World Championship. Is a great national team. We have both amazing national team. I think that is something both to do. Is like what you told me before. Yeah, I know it's a big revolution. Yeah, maybe it's a big revolution, but after a cycle, there is another cycle. Then wasn't so this year wasn't so easy that this new national team win immediately. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And then was something wow. But I think it's the normal way of life. But they were immediately so good that I'm totally agree. Now there are some of them that are more adult at all, big experienced guys, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot. This national team, honestly, I'm following them so much in the last 3 years. I know them, and I like it a lot for the quality of the game and for how they can connect with the people around.
And when you look at today, like volleyball rising stars, do you have like your some favorite players to watch from this young new generation?
I like a lot of player. Honestly, I have to be honest. I like it a lot of player. Now it's difficult because you in my mind someone that I want to tell you is already a star because I play with them. But when now in this new national team, for sure, Bovolenta is a great guy. Pogo, Boninfante. In front of them there is Sberri. That is my favorite player, Giannelli, that I love so much at all, but also Boninfante Pogo are two great setters that are increasing every year. Pardomati is a middle blocker that I like it. And he's so young. And another that I appreciated a lot that is in the national team, but in the younger, is Frascio. He's an opposite of Monza. He's so good. And also the spiker. The spiker I appreciated a lot in the national team. Also, if now he's a little bit, maybe he's not a star, but he's in the way.
And also, the question, second question I wanted to ask you so bad is, what was the story behind your unique serve style? Because you have some weird habit. I don't know how to name this, but I remember you from
I'm
this
so happy
unique
that
style.
everyone could remember. I really don't know, because it was a mix of learning things, and Lorenzetti put me in this bounce, and doing. I started to do with this rhythm. I have so much fun with this service a lot, because I really understand. In 2019, when we won the qualification in Italy for the Olympics, how much this service was bizarre, because was the social year and I have started to have a lot of video meme, and I say, wow. And I serve like this since 2013. And seeing from there, I say, okay, maybe I have a bizarre serve. Yeah. I have fun. I have really fun because people have fun. I don't know if they like it a lot. I don't think so, but they're fun. And if something could be good and let people have fun, it's okay.
And at the beginning, I asked you about this young Matteo from Asti, who just started playing volleyball. After this 20 plus years of pro volleyball and this current life, what advice you will give to him if you will have a chance?
To dive a little bit more, because after dive is this, no?
Yeah.
To dive, yeah, is this, because after you will become a champion, a dive champion. But in the beginning, let's do it. Yeah, maybe like this, because I was a little bit shy in the beginning. I think after, not at all. But yeah, or continue like this, smiling, be optimistic, keep your good heart with good people around you, then things will arrive to you in the life.
A part of staying healthy, what I can wish to you?
Stay
happy.
Stay happy. I think stay happy, and yeah, stay happy.
Okay, so I wish you this, and I have to say grazie mille for your time. It was
Prego mille.
It was
Dziękuję.
Yeah. Oh, bene.
Baby, I'm Polish.
It was big pleasure to hear your story, to listen your story, to opinions. I appreciate a lot that after some weeks we finally managed to organize this interview, and once again, big thanks, Matteo.
You're welcome. Michael, I hope to see you soon somewhere, and have a great summer.
Okay, grazie.